Hey, this is DC Stewart Show, and we right back at you. We got some good news for you. Malachi Tony just took a pass and he ran in the end zone with it, parlaying it, looking all stylish and styling and profiling. We're back with you.
Hey,
I'm
he's
Derek
good.
Stewart, your host from the DC Stewart Show Podcast, featuring Isaah and Najee. I got Isaiah here and I got Najee. Najee looked like he's snacking on something. Me and Isaiah done already had our pregame tailgate, so we're pretty full, right? Najee's got some sea salt vinegar potato chips. How much salt is in them
Yeah,
potato chips, bro?
it's just the same amount of them greens that you eat
No,
out the
first of
No,
can.
don't be
all,
don't don't
first,
don't don't
first of
resort to that
all,
now.
first
I
of
ain't talking.
all,
I ain't talking to
Look
you,
about the little burnt.
Isaiah. I'm not talking to you.
it's
Uh,
it's infused with
uh,
avocado oil, so this is not no ordinary chip.
There's not no ordinary
okay.
chips. What you drinking, by the
Mm-mm.
way? In that you drinking one of them sodas, Isaiah?
Nah, this ain't no soda. I did that only for dinner. This is right. This is pineapple juice.
You
Hey,
know how much sugar is in pineapple juice, by the way? Are you aware
no,
of
this is
that?
sugar free
Natural
juice.
sugar,
Hey,
natural
yeah.
sugar.
Hey,
Sugar is
DC,
sugar. I don't care how
that
you try to
that
shape
that
it and
stuff what Najee got,
square
he
it.
got a
Mm-mm,
fancy name.
Sugar
mm-mm,
is
That's all.
sugar.
mm-mm.
You know
Sugar is not
the stuff
sugar.
that Najee eat?
Don't believe
That's got
that.
a fancy name, man. It just got a fancy name. The things that he's eating. Because you know why? Let me tell you something. Watch this. DC,
Yeah,
DC,
yeah.
watch this. Hey, Najee, how good do they taste? Huh?
This is a good, and this is inquired taste. It's not like Lay's, but it's pretty good.
I know what. Yeah, okay. Period. You answered my
Mm.
question. Anything that tastes good ain't healthy, man.
Ain't
Especially when they
healthy.
come in
Now
a
that
Blueworth bag like
that I do that I do
that.
agree with you with Isaiah. I have to agree with you there, my brother,
Yep.
my dear brother. I have to agree with you, my dear brother.
Dear son, my dear brother, son, my son, dear brother. Yeah, man, the Canes are looking really spectacular, man, and I'm loving
Listen,
this
My
game
dear
because
brother
listen.
Noomsy.
they look so sharp, man. I mean, the people who was not biased throughout the beginning of the season, they said that the University of Miami had the best team in the country. Man, this is
I
without
agree with him.
question today.
I agree with him.
It's really without question. And I just love that halftime conference with Cristobal when he was saying we just got to do better. And that means a lot to hear that because that means he's not just settling for that score when they were going in, just like we were just talking about how good they're playing, but he's still saying that they got to do better. That sounds like some of Nick Saban stuff, you know. That's
Yeah.
some of these college coaches that know what they're doing. They know not to let off the gas. They know we got to keep pressing on this thing. They know it's only just the first half. So you just can't get content with that small margin of lead. You got to keep on punching at it. You got to keep on being persistent. You got to keep on hammering these guys. Because I'm going to tell you right now, Florida State is not going to go to sleep. They're not going to go away.
Oh, for
You got
sure.
to punch them in the mouth until that last whistle blows. That's it. Because they will find themselves trying to get back in this game if you fall asleep on them. That's what they'll do. Because look at the sea of people there, DC. Just look, Najee, just look at all of these people there. They're rooting these guys on. You can't even find. I know it's some Canes in that stand, but it don't look like it from afar. They're full of FSU fans.
Well, they're at home. I mean, of course.
Of
So
course it is.
you could
I know
expect
that, but I'm
that.
just saying how they're rooting for their team and they're not going to let these guys just give up. I mean, they're going to play it to the bitter end. And just to see the play of this defense, man. Bane is
Reminds me some of
just
those great
amazing.
defenses of old, right?
Yes. Bane is so good at this thing, man. He's slapping guys' hands down when they try to grab him and they try to put their hands on him. He's slapping their hands out of the way where you can't get a hold of him. And he run past you. Here he is again. Oh, look at that. That guy dropped that ball. Beautiful, beautiful drop. What a beautiful drop. Look at Holly. She act like she a symbol too with all that burgundy on. She might be.
Looks like Florida State just made a big play on this one. Looks like Castellanos was able to. Castellanos was running with it, I guess. He just decided he was going to take it and run with it. Yeah, he took off running with it.
He got his little rear end out of that hole, man, because they had them freaking converging on him.
So it is 1st and 10, Florida State. It is a 21-3 lead for Miami. Wide open. Florida State's receiver was wide open on that one. The second half has began. We're back at you once again on the DC Stewart Show Podcast featuring Isaah and Najee. We're expecting Tony to come back to spend the second half with us as well. And
the guy's so wide open.
We're just talking about some of the dynamics of this game from the first half until now. Looks like Miami scored on their first possession in the second half. Florida State is trying to make a comeback, though.
They're holding their rear ends off.
Interception, Miami. He just picked it off. Defensive back for Miami just picked off another Tommy Castellanos. It's all about the U. It's all about the U.
Yes. What a
if
beautiful
you own this channel,
yes.
You rolling with us. You rolling with the U today. Castellanos just threw that one up. I think at the last minute, the defender, that safety has been playing center field. Looked like Bain was pressuring him again. Bain Jr. Bain Jr. is a sure shot first round pick. Top 10, I think.
Right. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I forgot Bain's arm was messed up, DC.
Look at Playmaker. I just saw Playmaker over there giving the guy congratulations.
Yeah. He does. Yeah. What you watching that thing down with, Najee?
That's Rob.
You got a ha. He'll be laughing and giggling off a plate.
I told you I had to hydrate before I hydrate. I told you that.
Yeah.
Listen, Castellanos is under a lot of pressure, and he can't. They have him off.
He is.
He's off.
He threw that pit right in.
His timing is off. Everything is off with Castellanos today, and that's the reason Corey Heatherman's defense for the Miami Hurricanes is just on point.
That's what pressure brings.
And he's been rushed so much. As soon as he has a window, he throws it when it's not really the best timing.
Exactly.
He sees a window, he's like, "Oh God, thank God!" And then it don't really be the best thing for him.
Mm-hmm.
Pressure brings.
Well, one thing is for sure, when Miami wins this game, and I'm saying when, I ain't saying if. I'm finna give it and put myself out there and say when. The time ticks out. Ohio State, Miami deserves to be number one if they win this game at the dynamic and at the domination level that they're winning it at now.
I think they're going to put them in there, DC. Because they had them at number 2, and then all of a sudden they
fall to number 3.
Yeah. So now they're going to show that they're for real.
You can't deny them after this one.
They handily beaten the snot out of FSU, and FSU, in a matter of probably seconds, you're going to start watching fatigue set in, and those guys going to be walking around with their hands on their hips. And
look at Mark Fletcher Jr. Mark Fletcher Jr. is all over it. Welcome back, Tony. We're glad to have you back with us in the second half, brother. We love you to death here. Welcome back. So we're calling it like we seeing it. We're calling this game to the T. Carson Beck looking good. Mark Fletcher Jr. for the back he is. Just amazing the way he's running tonight. And you got to give that Miami offensive line a lot of credit tonight, man, because a lot of this wouldn't transpire without that Miami offensive line.
They're dogs.
They got to give to me, that offensive line deserves a lot more credit than they're getting. Look at the convoy. Look at the convoy to Miami play.
7 receptions, 170 yards.
Isn't that crazy? That's a crazy number, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Oh, look at that. Yeah, man.
He had a convoy out in front of him.
Yes, he did. But you
And
know
that's
what,
another
DC?
that's another Shannon Dawson special for you. I'll keep
But you know what?
listen,
I think
Shannon
he
Dawson is one of the best offensive minds, and he's just one of the best offensive coordinators in the game right now in college football. I'm gonna
But you
say
know
that.
what, DC? Yeah, I'm just looking at this play. I think he should have been a tad more patient. He would have went all the way
He would
because
have.
he didn't
If
let
he
that
would have
other
waited for
guy
some of his
come in there.
blockers to set
Right.
up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he outran his block. He came around the line of scrimmage and he just outran his block. He had the convoy going down the sideline for him. They just getting ready to just smash my Florida
They getting
State
ready to
now.
blow this
They're running
game
flat out
open.
of.
I think they're gonna
Yeah,
blow it
they
open
Open.
because
yeah,
Open.
man.
if they score
Yeah.
on this one, Florida State has got a lot to
Oh,
worry
Florida
about.
State is
And
finished.
I'm telling
They
you,
finished now. They already finished, DC. You gotta watch something. Watch during the break before they snap the ball and look at how many guys have their hands on their hips, man. You
yeah,
will see it.
I can
It's
see
gonna be
it.
coming soon.
And they can't get the pass game going at all.
No, nor the running game. So neither one.
Yeah, no, but the thing is, if they at least had the passing game, the confidence won't be completely shut.
Mm-hmm.
Running, you can only run so much, and then on top of it, if you're down 30 points, the last thing you need to be doing is running. That means the time is going to beat you. So
Come on,
I
we
mean,
got to come on.
but he can't get the ball off. When he get the ball off, he throws a pick.
Oh, look at Daniels. Oh, he's gone. Touchdown. CJ Daniels. Touchdown. He's in. That's a touchdown. Miami's up 27-3.
This is gonna be a blowout, DC. This thing is a blowout, man. Woo, that was shifty running, man.
Listen,
that was some shifty
they're gonna have to
running,
take
bro.
notice. All of the media just voting tomorrow got to take notice to this. They got to
Oh,
pay
yeah,
attention.
it's over. It's gonna be hard for you. It's gonna be hard for you not to get these guys their props now.
Oh
Exactly.
my God! Listen, man, this thing right here is ugly. They giving these guys a good whooping.
They're getting good whooping.
Yes,
That's what we
sir.
used to say back in the old days. Good whooping.
And he juked that guy out his shoes. Juked him out of his shoes.
CJ
But
Daniels.
you know the crazy thing is, but check this out though, because they showed the stat that nobody mentioned it. What team he played for before this season?
Ooh.
Daniels?
CJ Daniels. Yes.
I don't know right off the top. Would you know?
He played for Florida State
It
or
said
Georgia?
no. It said LSU. He
Oh,
said
I
he
did not
played
know
11
that.
games.
That's good
They
information.
said that in the beginning of the game. It said he played 11 games, no
Yeah,
touchdowns.
FSU. Oh.
And he's already got like 5 or 6 this season alone now.
With a one-handed acrobatic catch in the first game or the second game.
Listen, that game.
Yeah, looking
DC,
like Odell.
That catch gonna be always. It's gonna be a memorable catch, man, because the way he did it, it just looks so acrobatic when he was doing like this, like almost gymnastics, and it's just the way he caught it. He didn't bobble the ball or nothing. He just snagged it, bring it in, touchdown, baby. So
hey,
everybody got to take notice that the Hurricane is the best in the nation.
Team in the nation right now.
Down.
The Miami Hurricanes is the best football team in the nation right now from a performance perspective. Now, I'm not taking any credit away from the rest of those teams, especially Ohio State is built to last, and Ohio State is built strong.
Beat Ohio State, man.
But
we'll beat Ohio State.
Okay, so here's what we're looking at right now, schedule-wise. It looks like this game, once they finish this game, they got Louisville at home. They got
should be able to beat them.
Stanford at home. They have SMU. They go to SMU in Dallas. They have Syracuse at home. And you know Syracuse beat them last year, so they owe Syracuse one anyway. And NC State at home, Virginia Tech at Virginia Tech, and then at Pittsburgh.
They're going to beat them.
I see undefeated.
So tell me, which team going to beat them?
This is the only
Tell me
team
what team is going to beat them.
I don't think any of those teams are going to beat them. to tell you the
DC,
truth.
None of
I
them.
was
None
only
of them.
worried about
None
Florida
of them.
State. I wasn't worried about nobody else. We done got past the ones I was worried about.
Yeah.
Nothing.
Well,
The
you never
only way
can
they gonna lose to
overlook any
anybody
team
is
in
they get
college
too full of
football, but
themselves.
See, you know what?
Yeah, if
You
you
can
get too full of yourself,
always
that's what
flip.
happens.
I don't think they're going to. You guys must be forgot about what I just said about Mario Cristobal during that halftime conference. He said we got to get better. If the how listen, man, when you kind of instill that type of thinking in your player, like, oh, we just kicked their rear end, but we still got to get better. They're already the best in college right now, and we got to get better. If they get better, who's gonna beat them? Nobody.
yep,
Nobody. Nobody.
that was a
Because what we're
clean.
seeing right now, DC, what we're seeing right now, they're mauling Florida State. Florida State don't have nothing for the Canes right now,
They
man.
don't. They
No
don't have an
answer.
answer.
They don't try DC. They don't try trick plays and everything else, man. They can't even trick the Canes, man.
Well, now let me ask you this: what about
Go right
Carson
ahead.
Beck ended up in the conversation for Heisman?
Well, let me tell you this. If he keep on doing what he's doing, his name should be on top of the list, dog. That's
Yeah.
what he got to do. All he got to do is continue to be a field general, and people gonna start recognizing that, and they gonna stick his name on the top of the list. Especially with the way this offense is moving up and down the field on Florida State. Florida State has not let anybody do them like this year. Even though they
True.
lost, but they
Nah.
will not beat like this. Nobody. They haven't scored a touchdown yet.
Listen, they done took the crowd
They,
out of
and
it.
they
They done
got
took
the.
Florida
Listen,
State's will to
They
win, the
scored the
will to
first
live.
the
I
first
don't
run, and
even
that
hear
was it.
Florida State band playing anymore. The band has gotten freaking disoriented.
Say the
They done
band
got
don't even
tired
The
have
of
no
it.
band,
motivation to play, right?
no man, the band want to close it out and go to the club. They just want to get drunk tonight. That's it.
This is prolifically one of the most complete games I've seen Miami play in 20 years.
The minute he
Since
did.
that 2001 team that went to Pasadena and beat Nebraska, I have not seen Miami play to the level that they're playing now to that team back then. That's the only team I see that they come close to matching in terms of the level of talent that they have on their squad, for the level of skill and everything else. They have everything that they need to be where they are now, which is they're on their way to some bigger
Yeah,
places.
DC, and just to go to your point, they're super young, DC. This
Oh,
team,
freshmen,
Najee, they're
freshmen,
super
Look,
young.
how
We're
many
talking
times
freshmen.
you don't
about
say all
Yeah,
freshmen
these
and
freshmen? Of
all
sophomores.
course.
these freshmen. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, man, you amazing. This is amazing to see these guys play like that with these young players. So if these guys don't declare running off into the NFL, they're gonna be kicking rear ends for years and years to come.
It doesn't make any
And I
sense for him
love it.
to. It doesn't make any sense for him to me to leave to go to NFL, because the NFL rookie contract structure is less than some of the NIL money that they would be making at the college level. So sometimes it's
Yeah,
just
that's
smarter to
true.
stay in school and
But
continue to
some
play.
people just jumped that fence, DC. Just look at the
I
quarterback from
understand.
Texas jumped the fence and came to the Dolphins this
Yeah, you're
past
talking about
draft.
Quinn
And
Ewers.
that's the
Quinn Ewers.
yes, and that's the only and that's the only reason why little Archie Manning is playing right now, because he was gonna be sitting on the bench. And now he's there throwing everybody some picks who want it. Anybody who want a pick, just gonna play against Arch Manning, you get you a pick.
So, do you
Yep.
think Texas is going to be in the run-in for a national championship? They started out the year at number one. Remember, they had them
Yep.
preseason number one in several polls.
Yeah, that was some artificial hype, DC. They ain't have no business being no number one, because they done played a lot of games where it was not even competitive. And they let the Gators, who they was talking about fire the coach, beat them today. Come on, man. So
Yeah.
they ain't, listen, man, they ain't gonna be in the rankings for nothing. Watch how they drop. You watch Monday and see where they wind up in the polls. You watch. Here it
Oh, you're
is. The
talking
coach
about
was
Texas.
on
They're
the
going to be
bubble.
down probably. They could fall down to 8, 9, or 10 easily.
Of course. Yep.
They're showing some of the highlights from the Penn State UCLA game. UCLA played above the rim today.
Yeah.
UCLA, congratulations to UCLA, that coaching staff. You have an interim coach, and like I say again, you know, you just have a bunch of kids that was playing hard, and they were playing with pride today. And Jerry Neuheisel, who's been there forever, he's the offensive coordinator. I hope Jerry Neuheisel get an offer to coach a football team as a head coach. I think he deserves it. Ooh, what a meet and greet. What a meet and greet. Oh, they just threw a flag on a Miami player for not unlocking one of the Florida State players. Oh, we'd like to show our condolences to a Florida State trooper who was injured in a football game, and I believe it was an FAU football game a week ago. Was it a week ago? And
Yeah.
he suffered a broken leg when a player from the team was tackled out of bounds and they rolled into him. Looked like Playmaker ended up on the ground. Look at Playmaker's on the ground. Playmaker is down. Playmaker is down. Down goes Playmaker. Down goes Playmaker. Playmaker is down. Down goes Playmaker. But he did get back up. He beat the count.
Go way over there?
Playmaker beat the count.
Yeah. Look at Michael Irvin. What kind of outfit Michael Irvin got on? Look at him now.
He's got his shirt for Miami on, his T-shirt.
No, I'm talking about the pants and the shoes. He's so animated, man. I love the guy. Man, them Hurricanes playing out of the stratosphere. You know, when you first look at Tommy, he almost looked like Jameis Winston in the face.
You're talking about Tommy Castellanos?
Yes, he looked almost like Jameis Winston when you first take a look at him.
Gus Malzahn is the offensive coordinator for the Florida State Seminoles, and they are getting handled right now.
They have no answer for the Canes, man. The Canes are really beating these guys down in them trenches. And
that's what we talked about. We talked about it was going to be won and lost in the trenches, especially on the defensive trenches side. For the defensive,
this is a clear dominant game by the Canes, man. And I
got him on the ground.
I haven't seen them like that in many, many years, man. I mean, even when I forget the guy's name who went over to FIU afterwards, and he's coaching over at in pro football now.
Willie Taggart.
What was his name? DC? Willie Taggart. Yeah, and during the Willie Taggart years, he went into the FSU went inside of a slump and where he was getting beat down. But this game here is more lopsided than even when he was coaching.
I know. And this is not really, I'm not going to even totally blame Mike Norvell. Excuse me, I said Nolan, but Norvell. They're just getting outmanned today. And that's a different set of circumstances, right? When you have superiority in all phases of the game, from special teams, from defense to offense,
man.
Nothing they can do about that.
The whole team's going to be pissed getting to the locker room, man.
Stay away from the ball, man. You ain't gonna get in there and run. Stay away from the ball. Not somebody knock you into the ball and they get the ball back. I don't want these guys to start losing their head. He had no business around the ball. You're not gonna fair catch it. Get away from it, man.
So we are looking at a 28-3 lead. Miami's on offense, 1st and 10, 1 minute and 47 seconds left in the third quarter, and it's 28-3.
I got a distinct feeling that the Canes getting ready to score in this series as well.
Oh, they're going to blow it open. They're going to blow the roof off of it if they score this time around.
I want them to score again where they can start putting some of these other non-starters in to give them some experience with a big game like this as well.
Sure,
And that
sure.
was one of the reasons why the Canes used to reload and constantly reload back in the day because they would blow a team out like this and they would give the second string players a whole entire quarter to play or a whole entire half to play and get some experience with big games like this.
Mm-hmm. Now Miami's beginning to pound the ball a little bit more often. They run in between the
And
tackles. They're running in between the guards.
man, he's still
Mario
getting six,
Cristobal, they're
7 yards
showing some
easy.
highlights of him blocking. He looks like he's in great shape now, too. He takes care of himself, and he's in great shape to me for an ex-offensive lineman, you know. So it looks like Brown is in there 3rd and 1.
Yeah, they just bleeding this time out.
He got it. He got it. He got it. That third effort, second and third effort got him the first down. And see, Miami
Oh
had an
yeah.
extra week to prepare for this, mentally, physically, and everything.
Yeah, but that's good and bad, DC. I don't take that with so much credence because sometimes that extra week will allow you not to focus. You lose focus sometimes.
That's a good point.
So it's just like if you think about some of them games where you get in NFL when you already done clinch your division, you sitting around waiting on the next team. Next thing you know, you get your rear end handed to you because you wasn't playing the following week. You're sitting there on the sideline waiting for this other team to play, and then you come in there rusty.
That's
So
right.
I don't take too much credence with all of that laying off
And on the
stuff too much.
road.
Well,
Yep.
you know, the
Yeah,
thing about
man.
it, though, on the
This
flip
thing
side of
right
that,
here is
Isaiah, which you
just
made a very valid point, is they're dominating. So it did matter. It did to the
uh,
point where they have stepped up to the next level. They've taken it to that next level up to the
well,
point where they are now
what
in
I
the
see
third
in
quarter.
this DC, what I see in this is the flat out the superior team. Miami Hurricanes is just more of a superior team,
Yeah,
man, because
absolutely.
Florida State they're playing behind the eight ball because they're confused. They get manhandled. They get roughed up, and they just can't figure anything out. They made their adjustments during the halftime, and their adjustments didn't even work. So they're in trouble now. And all we got to do is just keep mauling these guys. It's just like a pit bull coming in there and just taking advantage of you. They just mauling you down. They roughing you up. They just driving the ball down your throat. And what's going to happen is Florida State, the way they going now, they're gonna just start. You really gonna just start busting up big plays on them because they're tired. They start doing like this here, trying to see, oh, how can we stop these guys? And then you're gonna get a big play buzzed on you because you're just tired and you don't have no idea of how to stop these guys. I knew that Florida State was in trouble when they started doing flea flickers, man, in the
Mm-hmm.
first quarter. Whenever you
Early in the
start doing
game.
trick plays and
Early in
all
the
of this, doing
game.
this, that means you don't have anything
Mhm.
else going because the team is too aggressive. They're penetrating your second your backfield. So what you doing? You trying to trick them now. You throwing balls here, throwing and trying to catch them sleep, and that ain't even work. So that's why I say they just don't have anything. They just don't have it. They're outcoached and outmanned. Period.
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, very valid points. Well stated. So let me just go into Wisconsin today and some coaches that might be in trouble. I think Luke Fickell at Wisconsin. He's the current head coach of Wisconsin. I think he in a heap of trouble, man. I don't think Luke Fickell gonna
Yes.
be back with that program next year because Wisconsin
Yes.
got beat again today, and it didn't look good for them. They haven't
Mm.
looked good all year, and it's not good. It's not looking good at all for the University of
Yeah.
Wisconsin. So I thought I'd divulge into that right now.
A couple of years ago, Wisconsin was really good, man. I
Well,
mean,
when Barry
they were really
Alvarez
good.
was at Wisconsin back in the the 90s, and when
Just
he
a couple of years ago, DC, they was
yeah,
really
Barry,
good,
well,
man.
they had some good coaches at Wisconsin. They did. Some good coaches and some great teams. You look at Ron Dane. He's one of the best
Hmm.
Wisconsin players to come out
Yeah,
of
I mean,
Wisconsin,
he
you
was
know?
one because he won the Heisman Trophy. I remember that
Yeah.
because he just was a cruncher, man. Ron Dane was a cruncher, man.
Yep.
That dude get the ball, he would just not try to avoid you. He gonna step in you. He gonna step on you.
That's right. So yeah,
Ron
Wisconsin.
Dane, big
The
Ron
reason the
Dane.
reason I'm pointing out Wisconsin is because of where the program has gone and fell to this level right now.
Yeah, it's amazing how you can have a team and you're on top. The next thing you know, you have a couple glitches in your coaches move and things are, kids. You don't start getting this quality of kids coming in there. Next thing you know, because just think about it. Who would have thought that Florida Gators would be in a position that they're in with all this enormous talent in Florida as a whole? That they could be going through that stuff. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
today they played a great game to knock off Texas, but just for a coach to not have this thing together where his job is on the line, and he's in the same state that Cristobal and Norval and getting some of the best players that you can find in the country. And all of a sudden, you can't even sustain a good 2 or 3 weeks of winning. Everything is a roller coaster.
Yeah. I think that's a fairly attractive job too. If you look at Wisconsin as a program, they pump a lot of money into their football program, and
Yeah,
they fell on hard times. Like I said, um, looks like
yeah, with
Michigan
that
beat
ice.
them 24-10 today, and I think Sharon Moore. This was the first game he returned to as head coach on the
Yeah,
sideline for
that
University of
I
Michigan.
don't think that's a sexy job, DC.
What, Wisconsin?
It ain't.
Well,
That
I
is
didn't
not
say
a
it was
sexy
sexy. I
job.
just think it's an attractive job for any coach that want to
It
try to.
ain't attractive. It ain't sexy. It ain't none of that, man. When you start, listen, man. In January, December, and January, the last part of November, when all of that ice is there, man,
Mhm.
that job is not a cool job, man. I'm telling you.
Well, we ain't looking at no ice. We're talking about the level. It's a bunch of teams that's in the central part of the country, in the Midwest. Most of those teams fight through
The
ice
coaches that's
in
out
cold
there who
weather.
hunting for a job like that ain't really trying to be in no ice, bro. I'm telling you. You just look at it. The ones who's really claiming they want to come back and coach, they're not going to no ice to coach, man.
Hmm.
Ask Nick Saban, do he want that job?
Well, Nick
Ask
Saban,
Chucky.
of course not.
Ask old sorry Gruden, do he want that job? I guarantee he won't take that Wisconsin job. And
Well,
he want a job so bad he's biting his fingernails.
Gruden
I
might
guarantee.
have some choices at the end of the year. He might
Well,
have
I
some
guarantee
opportunities. You know.
I guarantee he won't take no Wisconsin job. He might take that Florida job if they clip Florida coach. He will
Well,
come flying over here
Billy
to be in Florida.
Napier he's bought himself some more time. Let's say that, and if he mess around and get
He
a couple
bought
more
it.
games, he may end up staying the whole
I
year.
want I want him to stay the whole year. To be honest with you, DC, I really do. I don't want this man to leave. I want him to stay right there. You
Yeah,
know, he's got his little growing pains right now, but I don't want them to nail him yet. Let the
that Florida
Canes beat him
State
a couple
player
more
should have
times.
called fair catch. He took a blow. Oh man, he took a blow.
Well, these guys thinking that they ain't gonna get popped, and he got level.
I'm
Yep,
so
he
happy
got
that they
level.
didn't call that as a targeting play because the way
That
the
one,
tackle.
no, it wasn't a target, DC.
Oh, of course
Oh,
not.
yes, it
But I'm
was.
just saying,
Yes, it
you know
was.
how these
He
officials
did with
are. They
their head,
throw.
but I'm surprised. It went so fast. That's why they didn't call it.
Yeah, because he did make
That was
contact, head to head contact,
yeah.
like
He
up in the
dropped.
upper
He dropped his
torso
head.
part of his
He
body.
dropped his head.
And the Florida State
Yeah.
player went down like a brick. He went down face down, just like he was knocked out, you know. So as we're looking at different programs in the NCAA, and some programs are legacy, some programs are not. Um, College football has made some big strides over the years, and they've digressed some over the years. Which do you think is more, the digression or making the strides that they made? And I'm gonna ask Isaiah.
I think the strides is really monumental. I mean, bro, just think about it, DC. Who would have had in their wildest imagination that you would think a collegiate football player or basketball player or whatever will become a millionaire, man, before they get to be 20 years old? Just think about it. I mean, I long to see the kids just get a couple bucks to take their girlfriend out on a date because they couldn't pay them. And I remember buying my dad a jersey, and it was $80, and this was probably in the '90s. It was $80, and just think about the fact that the school and everybody else is making that money, and the jersey got the player's name on there and his number, and he didn't get a red cent out of that, man, not a dime, not a penny out of it. And then when they had to fly home and then go home, and then they're living in a poverty-stricken neighborhood, or their parents are barely making ends meet, and they can't do anything. But now you get in college, and you can set your family up
Set them
generations and
straight.
generations to come.
You can
Yeah,
set your
and that's what
family
it's
up
really
big
all
time.
about. Just
Yeah.
giving them a little piece of the pie. That's all it really is. And most of these knuckleheads used to always, oh man, they're getting an education. No, they're not. They're getting the education, but it don't even freaking balance off when you get your degree and you're gonna go make 60 grand, and then they'll make hundreds of, well,
Man, you
millions
have said a
of
mouthful. That is such a great point.
likeness, man.
That
Come
is such
on.
a great point. Such a great point.
No. So that's the strides I see has evolved where these kids can make a couple bucks, and even if they just think about something, DC. Like for instance, you got Arch Manning, God bless him, because his family is rich, but he wasn't even playing last year. It was pumping $6 million a year off his name, image, and likeness.
Yeah.
So you think, what if he don't even get drafted? And just think about this now. You made $6 million from the moment you was a freshman all the way till you graduate. So you come out somewhere in the neighborhood of $30 million. Let's say $25 million or
Hmm.
$20 million, give or take. Give or take. That sets you up for life. Even if you
Absolutely.
never made it to professional football, all you gotta do is make sure you invest that money wisely, and you would never, ever, ever go on the clock and fill out an application because you're already rich off
Hmm.
of something that happened while you was playing college football. That's the way I'm talking
Yep.
about where this thing has evolved, man.
Early
You
teenage
think
years, early
I'm
20s.
gonna give you
Yeah.
a prime example. Let's bring Shay Shay into the mix. Shay
Shannon
Shay was
Sharp.
talking
Shay
about
Shay, right?
Shannon Sharp. He was talking about how his whole entire career, I think he made about 25, $30 million while he was playing. They could make that within a span of what,
Three
3 or 4
years,
years?
3 to 4
3 years.
years.
And then you never have to work again in your life. But you imagine if they was not getting anything, and then you finish your college or your collegiate career, and then go get a job as a teacher, where you got to fight for a bargain agreement every couple of
Hmm.
years to get a freaking $10 raise or better health care. That way now you don't even have to go through that loop. It's not a circus anymore. You take that money, go invest it correctly, and boom, get
Yeah.
married, have a beautiful
He
family,
played.
and you're done.
Shannon Sharp played 14 years and made 22 million.
Point exactly. Thank you, Najee. Thank you.
14
Thank you.
years for
Wow.
$22 million.
And you think about Art
And these guys
Manning
are getting
is
that per
making
year.
$6 million a year. That's
And he just gave that young
dude.
lady $23 million just to walk out the door.
I didn't want to touch that one yet.
Well, I'm gonna
I
touch
I
it.
didn't
will.
want to.
I'm gonna touch it. How about that?
Yeah, I was just trying to make this point first and foremost
Yeah,
because that's what was the question. But yeah, he give that girl enough money to do what she doing.
that's right.
Now, yeah, but I didn't. I tell that with you, Gabby. I want to do that, Gabby. We go.
Well, Tony says here, Isaiah, it's the American way, and he's referring to your conversation, and he says he totally agree with you. So I
That's
agree.
in my
Najee
opinion.
agrees. Everybody agrees that this thing has to manifest itself in a way where they have brought the players up to the level where we think they need to be, and there may be some more tweaking to do for it. I mean, so some of the players, whose name, image, and likeness has been used, they can profit off of that as well. Just like every other industry, right? Big business goes. That's just
Yeah,
the way it
yeah,
is.
yeah. I mean, it's amazing how you can become a millionaire overnight when you a popular figure. I mean, it can very well happen with a blink of an eye.
Sure.
You think about
I
even
think
referring back
everybody
to
is
our
one virality clip away from being a multimillionaire. Don't you think?
Yep. Yes, of
All it
course.
takes is one viral video. All it takes is one
That's
situation
all
where
it takes.
you thrust into the limelight, and then you might not even plan to be in the limelight, but you're in it, and then
But
you have to take
90%
advantage
of
of
the
that.
time is not, DC. 90% of the time it is just a thing, a regular going about your day type of venture, and
Yeah,
all of a sudden, boom, it just take off.
that's right.
So yeah, just think about that catch that Daniels did in the end zone where that thing went viral the same night. The same night, and it's going to be forever intrigued in I the catches, some of the most beautiful catches in college football because of how he snagged that ball. That's going to always be around. Man, they got
I
Tommy
thought he
Well,
was
I
gonna
think
mention
I
the
think it
Tomball.
made Odell
Odell
Beckham
catch.
super famous too.
That's what I
His
thought he was gonna
catch,
mention. I thought that's what he was gonna
ODB.
mention.
I call him ODB,
Yeah,
old dirty bastard. Odell Beckham, yeah, Junior.
yeah,
See, I remember when
yeah.
Odell
And the crazy
Beckham's
thing
father used to
is, they
play.
they lost that game too. At that, they
They
didn't even
did,
win that game.
yeah. But that catch was
That's
just so
crazy.
spectacular.
It.
He became ODB,
Mm-hmm.
not Odell
Yeah,
Beckham
oh,
Jr., but ODB after that.
yeah, yeah.
Oh, they
Man, the
doing another
Canes are
trick play
so
again.
comfortable. Yeah,
They did a really funny looking trick play where the ball changed hands maybe 3 different times. I think Gus Malzahn is desperate right now, the offensive coordinator
yeah.
for the Florida State
They've
Seminoles, and
been
they're trying
desperate
to
since the
do
first
anything.
quarter.
They
They're
did
just
that shit a
He's
couple
going into
times.
his old
Man,
cedar
look at
chest
that.
of
Look
plays.
at that, man. Oh,
He's
The
going to
last
his
lead they had
cedar
was
chest of
3-0.
plays. Gus Malzahn.
yeah,
And Gus Malzahn's a
yeah,
good
3-0.
coach.
That's the
He's
last
a
time they had
damn
a
good
score
coach,
on the
by the
lead.
way. It's just you looking at talented athletes that he can't do anything about that they're playing against.
yeah, yeah. But DC, when you run in plays like that, it's got to be smooth too. That those plays was not smooth because they were really interrupted by the aggressiveness of the Miami Hurricanes defense.
Yeah. So this game is in the fourth quarter right now, 11:44 and ticking. Florida State is that technically running out of time. I mean, they got to score quick, and then they got to get the ball back and score quick again, and then they got to do
No,
it
they're not
again.
gonna,
So
no,
if
they're not gonna do it
and
again.
I don't see it happening with the way Miami's defense is playing. I don't see it happening. I really don't.
They'll need 4
Yeah,
touchdowns to come back in this game
They
because
would.
three is 21. They still will be down 4 points.
True.
yeah, they're done. They're done. They know it. They just running through the motions right now. They just not trying to look like they got beat down when they didn't even score a touchdown. So they at least trying to score a touchdown.
Right.
That's what they're doing now. They don't want to be shut out because this is still considered to be a shutout if you can't score a touchdown.
True. Because they only have scored a 3-point, which is a field goal. They haven't
Yeah.
scored a 7-point touch or
That was the
6-point.
very first score of the game.
Looks like they're trying to threaten right now, but we'll see whether that happens or not. Looks like Cristobal just called a timeout.
I think Cristobal.
Man, I'm so happy. I'm so happy Coach Cristobal came home, man. I mean, I'm really very happy. Because as you said in the past, Isaiah, it was hard for him to overlook the fact that he was going to get paid to come home for a program that he loved, or a program that he helped win a national championship, and be able to directly interact with kids from the Miami area, as well as areas all over the country, as well as Florida, you know?
You got to think about Oregon, a place in Oregon. I mean, we just got through talking about Wisconsin with the snow, and
it rains a lot up in Oregon and Seattle, all in that corridor up there. Very wet.
Man, it ain't nothing like being rich and living in Miami. I don't care.
Of course, LA too.
Freaking rich.
If you're rich and living in any city like LA or Miami, you're going to be in the best situation you could ever be in, lifestyle wise, depending on what lifestyle you choose to have.
He's got to be the luckiest guy in the world, man.
Yeah,
he's got to be literally the luckiest guy in the world. You got a ton of money in the bank, beautiful contract. You got a school that you freaking die for. That's your alma mater. You grew up here. You played here. Your parents are here. Your family here. You couldn't ask for that. Nobody could ask for that. A better situation that he has, man.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if he was in the snow somewhere, and just think about if he was in Oregon. With his parents in Oregon, but he's got this beautiful skyline of Miami. You got the beach, you got all of this stuff, and it's the best thing you can imagine.
Yeah,
I mean,
absolutely.
all your friends. I mean, because think about this: you got genuine friends here in Miami. You go anywhere else where you didn't grow up with these people. I'll use you as an example, DC, bro. It ain't nobody I can meet on the street right now that can compare to you. Know why?
And you know what? That's
you
likewise.
For more than half of my life.
Yeah.
Because the thing is, I know not just you. I knew your grandma and your mom, your uncles. I do. That's when you know somebody. You meet somebody on the street, you think you know that person, you really don't. You don't know their background, you don't know their parents, you don't know their brother, you don't know their. I know your whole background. We grew up together, man.
Exactly.
So that's what I'm saying. That's why I say he's got the best situation imaginable to be right here where he grew up around friends that he grew up with.
That's right.
All these other people, he's. I mean, just think about it. When he got to Oregon, he had been coaching already for 20-something years. So he's rich already. So all of these leeches who you meet now, they're phony. Once you become rich and start meeting people, they're all phony. You got to feed them with a long handle spoon like this. Back up, because I know what you want. You're just trying to tag along. You a leech. You're just a little snail trying to get a piece of crumb. But when you grow up with somebody, just look at the ones who's genuine. Look at LeBron's circle. He's got all the people that he grew up in the hood with, bro.
Yeah.
He ain't got all of these people who he met since he become rich. The ones who gonna get a freaking switchblade and put a freaking for sale sign on his back with a razor.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying.
You broke it down to a science, and I say the same thing. There is no person that I would ever meet as important as you are. Did he catch it? No, it's complete. The defensive back was fighting with him from that. I'm going to just talk to the Florida State faithful right now. It looks as though, yeah, he dropped it. It was on the ground. The ball hit the ground.
Yeah. I'm
going to just talk to the Florida State faithful right now. All of the Florida State fans and people who are looking at this game. It's 10 minutes to go. Don't blame Mike Nolan for this. It's not Mike Nolan. This is just superior athletes on the other side of Mike Nolan's players.
Norvell.
Or Mike Norvell. I keep saying Nolan, but Norvell. Yeah. Touchdown. It looked like Florida State just scored. Mike Norvell. Correction.
Well,
Look like
left
they
him a
going
wide
for
lane.
2.
I wanted to shut these jokers out. I didn't want them to get no touchdown.
All I'm concerned with is making sure that Miami leave up out of there with a win. I don't care if they get 1 point up under them. This game was handled. Miami got this ball game handled. That's the way I'm looking at it.
I wanted to beat them decisively. So my classmates and
Oh, he
colleagues
threw a
and
flag. Come on. That wasn't a catchable ball. That was not a catchable ball. That ball was over both of them's head. I can't believe they called that, but he did. Pass interference,
remember
Miami.
Well, it is home.
Yeah.
Remember that's they home, and they're gonna give them every opportunity they can to get in this game, bro. You can
Yep.
believe that with all your heart.
That's right.
If they can do anything to get some energy pumped into the Seminoles, they're gonna do it. Yep.
So it looks like they have another shot at to score the 2 points. We'll see how this play out. 2-point attempt. Ooh, we got clothesline. Flags are coming in from everywhere. But it's 2 points. Looks like they got the 2 points, especially with the flags being thrown.
Was that a face mask?
I don't know. I saw it from the backside angle. I didn't see it.
Face mask, DC. I think they grabbed his face mask to bring him down, to make him come down like that.
Mm-hmm.
The way it jerked his body, it looked like it was a face mask.
Look like Nolan is yelling at one of his offensive linemen or one of his linemen. So it's an offsetting penalty, and I think that's why Nolan was yelling at the lineman because it was offsetting. So it looked like the face mask against for the offensive lineman, which was number 55. I think he grabbed what number was that? It may have been.
I ain't no Bill Moraine was on his coaching staff. You seen him on the sideline?
Who?
The guy look like Ben Rain on there. That ain't him, but it looked like him.
You're talking about Bing Rames, the actor?
Yeah. But it looked like him. That's not him.
Yeah, it was a face mask. He twisted it pretty good too. He turned his head all the way around.
Melvin
almost.
from Jody Boy, from Baby Boy.
Yeah.
His name was Melvin in Baby Boy, right? Bing Rames' character.
Yeah, Mel. Yeah, it was Melvin.
I love that hat he was wearing in Baby Boy.
Ooh, man, that was a nasty face.
That was a nasty face.
When he was wearing Stacey Adams.
When he was wearing Stacey Adams. It almost looked like a bobblehead the way he brought his head around.
And Tyreek's mom in the movie says Melvin has his own landscaping company. You know what the word landscaping stands for, right? I mean, you go around cutting people's grass and you got a lawnmower and everything. You call that landscaping, right?
Yeah. He had a rake and a broom.
Everything
he
else.
He had no blower.
That's true.
He had a broom and he didn't have no blower.
So Miami needs to get this ball on offense, drive down, chew up clock, and then score. And they got the onside. So Miami's on their own side of the field with that onside kick or right at midfield. Okay. This is perfect field position for them to get points out of it, I would say.
Yeah.
So I have a question for Najee. What happened to Dollar Bill today, Najee? You know who I'm referring to with Dollar Bill, right?
Over at North Carolina.
Dollar Bill.
The blue tag, Najee.
Oh, I was see.
Belichick.
I'm thinking he's talking about dollar bill from Players Club.
Nah, nah. Oh boy. Oh, hey, you don't know how gratifying that was to see Belichick get beat, man, because I already didn't like the way he started out with the distraction and stuff. So,
Hmm.
as much as I don't like Darbo beat him, Darbo had a field day with beating an old man. So I think North Carolina gonna realize they made a boo boo. You fire one old antique and then bring in another old
And get
antique.
another one.
You get the same results.
Ohio State
Minus, but
42 to
the only
3.
thing is he's gonna the antique with a 20-something-year-old girlfriend that could be hanging out with the college kids.
Hmm.
So yeah,
Well, Dabo Sweeney was able to get his team back to 500, I think, because they were 1-3. I believe they're 2-3 now, so they're very close, if not at 500. And they went in there and dominated North Carolina. I watched quite a bit of that game, and by the third quarter, the stadium was empty, almost empty. It was like a ghost town.
that school is in disarray, man, and the way things are going, I can't see him turning that thing around,
I
DC,
don't see
because
it.
it's not. It don't look intriguing to be able to go in North Carolina and play for him. I think you would want to play for him as a professional player because he was winning and he had Brady on his team, and they were winning. But
Right.
even when Brady left, it was just like a sour team where nothing went right. He started losing consistently, and then all of a sudden he got ran out of there. And then for them to think they're going to rekindle some of his glory days to bring him in North Carolina, where these kids could
It's
be his great
done.
grandkids, I don't
Done.
understand it. I don't understand the move, man. I really don't, because I
They
don't.
was really just
Because
going by the resume.
I think
They
they
were
were
just going
going
by
by
the
what he
resume,
did in the
man.
NFL, and that doesn't
I don't
always
know why they
Yeah.
translate into
don't
success at the college
They
level.
don't. It really don't.
Neither
It don't.
way. I
It
mean,
don't
either
translate.
way, it doesn't translate success because he was a legend in the NFL. And you have to give him his credit when it's due in the NFL. He's somewhat
Hmm.
legendary because he's won all those Super Bowls. He was able to parlay
At all
that
costs.
New England team into a dynasty until Brady got out of
Yeah.
there. Yeah.
Yeah, and he won at all costs too. Even if he cheated a little, he won. He had a deflate gate and he was spying on people and all of that crap.
Yep.
So
Allegedly.
now,
Allegedly.
no, it was no alleged.
Allegedly, yeah.
That they were deflate gate is for real, and that spying stuff is for real, for real. That really is not alleged stuff because they got fined for it.
True.
Remember, DC?
I
Yeah, I
They
remember.
got
remember.
fined for that. So it ain't just no he say she say. I mean, he really got fined for that stuff, and it really put a tarnish on their image for a little while. So I just don't know
But
how.
guess what? Winning changes everything because nobody was
It
talking about it no
does.
more after they won.
Winning just it makes all the difference in the world to win versus losing. So now Miami
Thank you,
defense got to
guys.
stiffen up and step up. They can't let them score again. That's a good
Look at
play.
that
That was a
Yeah,
good play on the defensive back's part to bat that down.
yeah, because they only bled. They only bled like 2 minutes.
You are currently listening to the DC Stewart Show Podcast featuring Isaiah and Najee. We're deep into the fourth quarter of the Florida State versus Miami game, and Miami's up 28-11. Florida State just scored, and it looks as though Florida State is deep in their own territory, and Miami is on defense. So we'll see if Miami's now that was a flat out hole right there. The way they had that Miami player, like you spoke earlier in the game, Isaiah. I saw just an obviously blatant with two linemen trying to keep one lineman, defensive lineman, from getting in there on Tommy Castellanos. But Bain has had a really good game. The whole Miami defense has had a great game, and they have an idle week next week too. They don't play next weekend. They have a
That's
bye week
crazy.
again.
That's too much rest.
Who does? The Hurricanes don't play anybody
It
next
looks
week?
like their schedule is idle next week.
Yeah.
No.
It just showed it.
Oh.
That means they're gonna have to
Who's
finish the
Florida State
season
play
off
next week?
serious.
Who's Florida State play next week?
Let me check on that.
Oh, they let him get the first.
No, that's not going to help them. They only have 8 minutes to try to score 3 touchdowns
Ooh.
or 3.
Texas A&M is 31-9. Ooh. It's just as bad as this game.
Miami
They got it
needs a
run up
defensive turnover right now.
for That's what they need.
They play Pitt. Then they play Stanford. Florida. This is Florida State's schedule.
Mm-hmm.
They play Pitt next week at home, and they go to Stanford. Then they at home against Wake Forest, and then they're at Clemson. Now that's going to be a good game to see whether they can get past Clemson, because Clemson is
the Clemson. Yeah.
somewhat on a comeback right now with Dabo and that team. Looks like Miami, Virginia, and Duke is the only undefeated teams in the ACC right now.
Duke is undefeated?
Yeah. Well, Duke is not undefeated overall, but in the conference they're undefeated. This is a first conference game for Miami though, which I'm kind of a little bit
a surprise.
Surprised, yeah. So 7-11, 7 minutes 11 seconds to go. Florida State is still trying to drive. It's 3rd and 8. They have a pretty tough schedule with Clemson on the road. That's a pretty tough one, and then they got to go to NC State, and then they have to finish out against Florida at Florida. So Florida State's schedule is not easy as well.
This is their second loss, so they're done. Also,
yeah, they're gonna be out of the standings. They're gonna be out of the standings.
For sure.
18.
For sure.
They're
If they're 18 now, they probably will fall out of the top 20. Now, they may stay in the top 25 because that's how they rank them, the top 25.
Mm-hmm.
They say Jimbo Fisher came back for this game as well. But Jimbo Fisher ended up winning a national championship with Florida State with Jameis Winston and all those boys.
Yeah.
4th and 5. They stop them. I think game pretty much might. Well, they didn't stop him. He ended up getting a first down. So it's the first down, 6:23 to go. Trust me, Florida State faithful, they're going to lose. They're not going to win this game. I mean, they're driving down, but they're not going to score this many points in 6 minutes. I'm willing to go the distance on that.
Don't speak too fast now. Only a bad turnover can change this whole thing.
I agree. That is true. But now we're under 6 minutes. So they got to score now, and then they got to get the ball back to try to even it up a little bit.
If nobody ever seen Isaah get mad, let Florida State score and then the Canes turn the ball over. His face will ball up.
Well, you don't have to worry about that tonight, Najee, because Isaiah's not going to have to go through them transgressions tonight. Not at all. But you see how quiet Isaiah is. I think he knows what you're talking about with
that. Yeah.
Miami is aggressive. Their defense is tackling well. I mean, they're doing everything that they need to do to secure this game. And it's ticking down. I mean, it's 5:41 left in the 4th quarter.
But one thing I see right now, the Canes, they can't lose going into the second half. even though they're doing a pretty good job still, they just still not scoring enough for me in the second half. So
Well, they have to
it
have to
don't look
only
like they
get
will be
better
a
with
good
that
comeback
as the
team.
season goes on.
Yeah. But I'm just
You
saying,
know,
like
that's
right now, they don't look like they're a team that would be a comeback team to win, like a comeback win.
Right, right.
They have to be like just sure dominance of the way how they're playing.
So this is 3rd and 5 again. It is 5:34 left. Incomplete pass. Castellanos just threw an incomplete pass. Still 28-11 with 5 minutes and 34 seconds to go.
these guys doing some
And field
holding too,
goals are not
DC.
going to do it, by the way. They
Yeah.
need to score
Field
touchdowns.
goal is not going to do it.
Nah, they need a straight touchdown.
Field goal not even
With a
it's
couple
not
of
even
more
a,
2-point conversions. And
so
they got
he's
Castellanos on the
talking
ground on a
about field
sack.
goal.
Or at least he got rid of the ball. I'm not going to say it was a complete sack. Looked like Bain got in there on him again. Yeah, number 4.
Yeah.
Bain Jr.
Yeah.
This guy is just so strong. I mean, his arm, his strength, upper body strength is just amazing to me. Bain Jr. 4th and 5. He'll get the first down. He was able to scramble out and get that first down. They should have had him too. I mean, they had a spy there on him. They should have had him on that one. To me, he was able to see the spy. He's gonna get past the spy. He took a bad
But
angle.
you didn't see that number 51 holding him the way
Oh,
he
they
ran
holding like
right
crazy.
past him.
They're
Man,
holding
that's
like
messed up.
crazy.
That's the only
They're
reason why
holding
he's
like
getting a little
crazy.
bit.
Don't
That's the
get that
only reason
twisted.
why he's getting a little time that he was
Yeah,
not getting
that's
the
why
whole
he's
game.
getting the
That guy
extra
when he
moments to do what he's doing.
Yeah.
Because I done seen him just jack up Miami defenders. I mean, especially defensive linemen, and they're not even calling it. So we can't go on that. Like I said in the first half, don't even worry about that. It's got to be a straight knockout, not a 12-round draw like in boxing.
Alabama 30-14.
Well, I always thought that they're gonna fight to the bitter end. They're gonna fight to the bitter end. So
Absolutely, and you said that. Tony says 67 has been holding all night for Florida State. I
night,
agree,
man.
Tony.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely. They got to give him a little bit of extra time. They got to give Castellanos a little bit of extra time.
Well, that's how they get an extra time because they hold it. That's how he was able to advance that last 4th and 5 because they held.
Yeah. 3rd and 10. 5 minutes to go on the button. They got him on the ground, so that means they're just burning through some more time. It looks like Florida State's got all 3 of their timeouts as well.
Yeah.
They could just go and hold on to them. Don't prolong them at all. They lost, bro.
Well, they got to score quick if they're going to do anything. They're down on is it the 35-yard line or the 30-yard line? A little bit above that. They holding like crazy. Did he catch it? Did he trap it? They got, yeah, I guess he did. 4th and 8, though. Oh, well, 1st and 10. He caught that. I think it's too late for him to make a comeback like people think
Did
they
he trap
can.
that ball? It
I
looked
don't
like he
know. They need.
trapped it.
If I was Mario Cristobal, I would probably ask for a second look on that one for sure.
He sure looked like he trapped that ball, man.
Let's
That's why
see.
they want to
Let's
hurry
see.
up and get there. And there it is. They called it. Let me see.
Oh no, he caught it.
Because
He trapped. He caught it. I don't think it touched the ground. He kept his arms under it. The ball didn't move. I think he caught it.
yeah, he caught it.
Yeah, once you get your arms under the ball and you can keep that ball from moving, you definitely
keep it real
it's
steady.
a catch.
Yeah, you done.
But with 4 minutes to go and you got to score at least twice again, at least with this one, if let's just say they score now, and it'll be another 6 points tacked on, and then they would, I would find it amazing that they would be able to do anything as far as winning this game.
Yeah, they will need what, 2 touchdowns?
They
And
need
field
2
goal?
touchdowns, I believe, and 2 2-point
And a
conversions,
field
right?
goal. And a field goal.
Norvell knows this game is
That'd be
over. He ain't great.
16. That'd be
This
16,
is over,
11.
man.
It'd still be down. See, that'd still be down. It'd still be down a point. So a field goal will put them over. So they need 2 touchdowns, 2-point conversions, and
And
a
the
field goal.
clock is ticking. It's 3 minutes 40 seconds to go, and ticking. I think that it's just too late for them to try to make a comeback. I really do. He caught it, touchdown, Florida State. So now it's 28 to 17. They're going for 2.
See, now if you just look at the ending, now if you just look at the final score of the game, it don't even look like they've been dominated the entire
No,
game.
it doesn't.
And that's the reason why I was always talking about when you let guys hang around.
That's right.
You let them hang around.
I
you
think
let
the
them hang around. Now,
offense from Miami just didn't move the ball as well in the third quarter and into the fourth. They stalled.
Mhm.
Yeah.
They showed it. They only got 7 yards the entire
Yeah,
quarter.
that's not acceptable.
They just showed it. That's what I was telling you. Good thing this game wasn't close. Then it will be kind of scary.
It would.
Yep.
It would. Now they needed 2 points. They got to get the 2 points if they're going to make it a legitimate comeback.
Oh, they got the 2 points. They got the 2 points again. Oh Lord, down 11.
Did he catch it? He caught it.
Mm-hmm.
Florida State's player caught it right in all that traffic. So now it's 19 to 28. Now Miami's offense has got to do something now. They can't go 4 and out. They can't go 4 and out on this one.
Yeah, the guys is just relaxing now. They got this big, massive lead, and they just sat on it. This is actually plenty of time if they fool around and get a 3 and out.
That's what I said. And they got all the timeouts and the 2-minute warning. All right, now.
Yeah, I agree. All Miami need is a couple of first downs next series and chew up the rest of it, make them use all their timeouts.
They're not. This is not the same team.
That momentum is crazy right now.
No, it's not a momentum swing. The guys just start to relax because the things that they were doing. Florida State is not doing anything that they wasn't doing in the first half. The University of Miami just laying back now. The aggression is not like it was. They just not playing like they were. They just felt like they had won the game already.
It again. They're gonna try to onside it again. And Miami's got it. So it's on their side of the field. They need to make points out of this one. That was a crazy bounce, though. That was a seriously
Oh
crazy
yeah,
bounce.
only thing they need is a field goal. Kill a little bit more time in the field goal, and then it's completely shut out.
Yeah, that's it. So all they got to do is gain 2 first downs, and the game is technically
That's
over.
all they
I
do
think.
because they got a really good kicker too. So, boy, that ball was lucky that we got that
Yeah,
ball
you got
back,
that
man.
right. Wesley Bissant, he ended up getting the ball, which is a good thing. So now they're down. Miami's on their side of the field. I don't understand why we can't march down there and at least get a touchdown or a field goal. To stay in bounds, make sure that clock is ticking. Make them use up all their timeouts. So it looks like Florida State just called their first timeout. Unless it was an official timeout, because, yeah, Florida State finally used one of their timeouts. So Alabama was able to beat Vanderbilt today. It looks like Alabama struggled a little bit at the beginning of the game, and then they finally took over the game. Diego Pavia, which is the quarterback for Vanderbilt, they were able to contain him enough to win this game today, and at home on top of all of that, right? I mean,
yeah.
That was a big win for them because, they was kind of judging how Alabama's season has progressed so far with a team like Vanderbilt because Vanderbilt been kicking butt this year.
Yeah, and they beat
So
Alabama last year. Same thing.
This is the reason why they thought it was an important game to win.
Now they just had an incomplete pass. It's 3rd and 7.
And that helps them right there because now the time doesn't move.
True. He threw it behind him, kind of. He tried to force it in there, and I think 3rd and 7. They need a first down. If they get a first down, I think you can essentially say Florida State is in a heap of trouble. They're in field goal range, too, though, because Miami's got a pretty good kicker.
But this that second half offense I've been telling y'all about. Now imagine if they didn't score the second half like they did the previous game.
I would go for the field goal. I'd try to kick a field goal here.
Instead of, I don't know about that. Try to bleed as much time as possible, man.
Well, it would be a 4th and 1. And if they don't get the 4th and 1, Florida State's got the ball back. They might go for it. If they go for it and they get the first down, essentially the game is going to be, I would say, in control with Miami.
They look like they're going to go for it.
Because if you don't get it, you can't
tell
me.
Their defense would just have to play defense.
Momentum.
They'd have to play tough defense.
But you can't tell me that momentum won't be there for them.
Yeah.
It now looks really good. Now fans finally into it. The band's finally making noise.
Yeah. But they had to shut that band down. So now they got one more timeout left. Florida State has.
If they get the first down, it's honestly, over. I'm gonna go out and say
honestly, I can't even say the Canes defense is not a little tired because now they're spending too much time on the field compared to they was the first half. So I don't care how much engaged you want to be, you can't be fatigued. You can't be fatigued.
Yeah, you can't really refresh yourself to be able to pull this off once you got tired.
Somebody was offsides or
yeah, there's the flag.
Yeah, Florida State's offside. We got a first down. It's over. I think. Because you got 3 more downs to bleed the clock. And then they're down in field goal range now. Yeah, they had his hand was over the line. The guy lined up offside. And then they still got the first down with the running back.
Well, Norvell is not looking too good now.
Well,
DC.
he knows it's like the call is coming. He's gonna lose tonight for sure. All they got to do is just keep the ball, don't fumble it, and keep the ball running in the middle, and just let the clock bleed down. Because they got their last time out after this first down, and then the clock doesn't start running already. Yeah. So it'll be the 2 minutes is going to stop it, and that'll be an extra timeout for Florida State, of course. Did he touch the ground? Was he down, or did his knee touch the ground? It depends on,
They gave the Canes 12 penalties.
That's a lot of penalties. Wow. It is.
Yeah, I'm telling you, that type of calls really can sway the outcome of a game. When you call it, it slows down
not
everything.
Only that, when they've allowed the loose playing the way Florida State has been playing on offense with their linemen doing what they've been doing, I don't understand how people can, or the officials can make something. They need to make these calls. Be consistent.
Florida State don't have any more timeouts now.
Yeah, they're done.
Yeah, the timeout.
Najee, wouldn't you agree now that Florida State's not going to come back in this game?
Oh no, you gotta wait for them whistles, bro. I don't see some stuff. I'm good. The only thing you need is upset, and our faces are dropping. Our faces is dropping, and this thing would just turn on us like that.
Well, the clock is just going to bleed down now, and it's third down. And then they'll kick a field goal, and they'll have 3 extra points, so they're not going to come back.
Oh, they kick a field goal. It's completely done.
Yeah, they're right down near where they need to be to kick a field goal for the kicker.
Because, like I said, they're down. They down at least a touchdown and a field goal. No matter if you want the 2 points or you want the extra point.
So where do you think the momentum shifted in this game to give Florida State all this excess momentum that they had or did to score a touchdown, 2 touchdowns? Where do you think it changed that?
It changed when
the Canes didn't started to chill out. They was like, you know what? Okay, now we can finally take a breather.
Yeah, when they gave them, some air, gave them some oxygen to be able to start having sustained drives, and they start throwing little down and outs and little hitch passes and strings and stuff like that, and got the Hurricanes defense spread it out. The same thing they were trying to do in the first part of the game, in the first and second quarter. They just start letting them get away with it. Just start letting them get these sustained drives, and then after that, we couldn't stop them. And then the quarterback starts scrambling and getting the first downs, and then there was calls where they should have been, run that he advanced the ball and it was holding, and they didn't call it, and these guys get a first down, and next thing you know, they throw the ball in the end zone and get a touchdown, and they did that twice. So that, was a clear mood swing on the behalf of Florida State. So, the Canes just really never buckled down and stopped them. And if they would have stopped those drives and not let them score, they wouldn't be in this position right now.
But you still got to look at the overall game as a collective. I think Miami outplayed them in all areas, in all phases. In the first half, that's where people are going to be voting in the polls tomorrow. That's what's going to be on their mind. They ain't going to be thinking about Florida State scored 2 late touchdowns. to come
Not
back and try to make it a
well.
game and, you know, all this nonsense.
The Canes started fast, and that's the reason why they're going to win this game because they
Yeah,
started so fast that Florida
Mm-hmm.
State couldn't recover from it.
correct.
So that's the big deal. And then they threw some costly interception that Miami capitalized off of.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the big difference in this ball game.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like they scoring so many points either. I mean, they haven't even scored 30 in how many weeks?
Yeah. You said a mouthful. So let's look at some of the scores real quick and see what the scoreboard looks like. We're in week 6 of the NCAA football season. And it looked like Notre Dame won big today against Boise State, which Notre Dame dominated that game. And a lot of people are saying Notre Dame has an opportunity to make their way into this 12-team rotation. What do you guys think about that?
How many games they lost, DC?
Notre
Twice?
Dame?
Yeah, twice.
Looks like they are 3-2 right now. So they've lost twice.
They ain't
Yes.
going nowhere.
All
They
right.
ain't going nowhere.
Well, they don't play in a conference. So that
They not
speaks
going nowhere,
volumes.
man. I don't care if they don't play in no conference or not. You lose 2 games, you assed out. You ain't going nowhere, man. Ain't nobody gonna give them nothing unless they send it to the Supreme Court. Then they might give them something.
That's crazy.
But
Yeah, Fletcher just had a run for how many yards? Maybe 4 yards or so. It's 4th down. The clock is ticking. 1 minute 37
you did that on
seconds.
purpose. Fletcher did
Yeah,
that on purpose.
that
He
was a
screwed up
design
purpose.
play for him to just go down in the first. I mean, on 4th and 8. They're gonna milk it all the way down, and I think, well, they're going for it on 4th and 8.
I don't know why
I
they don't
can't
kick a
believe,
field
I
goal, man.
cannot freaking believe that they didn't go for. I cannot freaking believe they didn't kick a field goal on this. Now that was boneheaded right there. How can you give Florida State the
So they
ball
want
back? I mean, I don't get that. I don't understand that. What, your kicker has a broken leg or something? Come on, man. They must not have been confident that the kicker could make the kick. Come on, man.
You know they good for doing dumb stuff sometimes. This right there didn't make any sense at all, man.
No.
You got that close to there, and you gonna give them the ball back. If you was gonna give them the ball back, give them the ball back. If you missed the kick, you
Yeah.
don't give them the ball back trying to go for 4th and 8. That's crazy, man. That's dumb.
I don't get it.
and
I
stop
just
the time.
absolutely do not. I do not get this call, man. That was super dumb.
Yeah.
That
He could
this is how you lose
he could
good
throw a
games.
Hail Mary and score a touchdown. I mean, you got to be careful with
And
that.
you can throw a Hail Mary and then kick an onside and give them the ball back too. They got
Yeah.
enough time for that. Hit him.
Because you definitely got lucky last onside kick.
I'm
Yeah, they
still
were really
confident
lucky to
Florida
get that
State's
ball
going to
back.
lose this game. I'm almost 100% confident.
I am too, but it's still dumb to not kick a field goal, man, and give these guys the ball back.
They converted
Well,
on
they just got
on 3
Castellanos on
4th
the
down.
ground, so it's a flag.
Wow.
Maybe it's well, let's see what it
Roughing the
is first.
passer. Probably roughing the passer.
I don't know how they could throw rush from pass. They all slid on each other, man.
Plus, he
I
was
mean,
outside
see,
of the quarterback box. He was a runner.
see that right there? It's kind of,
They just gonna give him some extra room to play with. That's all.
they got Cristobal over there crapping bricks now, man. I mean, they're giving these guys gifts now. After we
I
slid, they all
swear, if
slid together.
anybody look at the final score of this, they're gonna be like, "Oh, they went blow for blow." No, they didn't.
Yeah.
No, they did not.
I mean, DC, they're both sliding, man. That was
I
not
didn't
even
see
a hit.
anything with that at all. I didn't see
They
that as
both
being
slid together,
roughing the
man.
passer. I mean, as a quarterback when he's trying to slide is what they're saying.
Oh, there's no need to hit him like that if he's sliding
Yeah.
already.
But they were sliding together. He slid, both of them slid. That should have been a no call, man. But they shouldn't even have the ball because the Canes should have kicked the field goal, and they wanted to be worried about this.
I mean, he did get hit in the head, but it wasn't nothing serious.
Boom.
35 seconds to go, and it is 2nd and 10. He didn't have anybody to throw to on that one. I think the pocket collapsed on him, and he was just now he is yeah. So it's 2nd and 10, 35 seconds to go. This is just they're gonna have to look at film on Monday, and then once they look at film, they'll be able to try to identify some of the weak spots from them coming back with this. Look at
I
that, he done
think
got away.
I think one of the things that they need to talk about is finishing 4 hard quarters instead of
Yeah,
playing 2 solid quarters. They didn't play
Two,
the
yeah,
full
just playing
game.
a solid half.
right. Yeah, this Robinson looked like he got away with catching the ball and running with it and everything. He's going to try to kick a field goal now, which is try to use that strategy to kick a field goal to see if they can. It'll be great if the kicker miss. If he misses, it's over anyway. I
Yeah,
think
but
he's
if he
going to
kick a
miss. I'm
field
going to
goal
go
to the
out on the limb and say he'll miss.
onside, he get an
Oh, he
onside
made it.
kick.
So now it's a 22-28. If they get the onside, then we'll see what happens after that.
22-28, but this game seems
It's
like it was
still
blow
not
for blow
over.
now, bro.
If they get the
With
onside
one
kick, if
quarter,
Miami
with
recovered the
one
onside,
quarter, they did all this in one
yeah,
quarter.
yeah. That might be
They just let
have
them
been a
dominate
good
them in
move
like one
on
quarter.
Norvell's part to do it this way and try to kick
Of
onside,
course
but
it
it's a big
was.
risk.
I mean, it is no, it's a smart DC because
Yeah,
if they can keep the onside kick and throw a Hail Mary and get a touchdown,
if the game is
then the
over, yeah,
driver.
they'll win.
See now, the Canes got out coached in this last half, man.
They did. They
They got
did.
out coached and outplayed, and it makes up for the same type of Hurricanes Florida State game where it can go down to the wire, such as this game is
That's
making
right.
it to be. I mean, this is a typical Florida State Miami game where it goes down to the wire, despite how it was dominated by the Canes, and it's going down to the wire for no reason. This
Miami's got it. A
game has
game
no
over.
reason.
Game over. Game over. We got out. We got out by the skin of our teeth. He was able to get on it. The Miami defender.
All they need is to take a knee now, and it's done.
Yeah,
But
it's done.
I
But
mean,
Florida State made a valiant comeback. They made a very stoic
a good
comeback.
run, and I told you, DC, these guys was not getting ready to lay down. They was not going to do it. They're
Yeah.
going to play to the bitter end like they always do, and we just sat there and let these guys come back. And if you
13
do
points.
a better team like this, you're going to find yourself losing.
And they almost well, these last two onside kicks almost went to Florida State.
Well, this quarterback, Tommy Castellano, look like he finna shed some tears over there on that sideline. Snap a knee and get it over and go home, man. Bring that thing on the Coral Gable.
So, what do you think Miami should still move and etch up in the polls? Would you say?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
I
they could
think
go to
they
two. I
should.
don't see them getting one. I don't see them
They
getting
should have
one
been. They should have
because
been two
look
from the
what
beginning.
Ohio just did.
Ohio State.
Who Ohio played?
They
Ohio State. Who
Yes,
Minnesota.
did they play?
They
yeah.
handled
They
Minnesota.
mauled. No, that wasn't even a contest though.
Yeah, but this shouldn't have been a contest either.
It shouldn't have.
Right. I'm disappointed in this second half, man. I really am because this was something that shouldn't have happened. You know, despite balls where they had a lot of holding and stuff like that, there's no way that they should have let off the gas on these guys, man, because you could find yourself in a tough position where you could perhaps lose. They've done it before. I remember they lost
Absolutely.
to Georgia Tech doing stuff like that. Remember the year
Absolutely.
they lost to Georgia Tech doing the same type of thing where they played a great first half and in the second half they didn't even show up because they got to the point where they were so content with the lead and
Right.
they didn't produce in the second half, and they can be costly when you do stuff like that, man. I mean, those old teams that we tried to compare them to in the beginning of the segment of this broadcast, I mean, those teams wouldn't let up. They would actually bring in the second screen and let them come in there and get a piece of the pie. But they will bring in the
That's
same
what we
type of
thought was gonna
intensity.
happen.
That's exactly what I thought was going to happen.
Yeah.
So they screwed it up so bad, the second screen guys couldn't even come in. They couldn't play. They didn't even let them play because of it.
Yeah, the thing is Cristobal didn't look like he was overly excited when he was giving this little, interview, but he's happy to win because winning is what matters. It
Yeah, he
doesn't
got out of
matter whether
there. He
you
got out of
won
there
by
with a
half a
win.
point or a shave of a point. They ended up winning tonight.
Yeah,
So that was a big deal. They went up to Florida State. They got it handled. They won the game. I'm like you, Isaiah. I wasn't very happy with the outcome of the second half, but
Second
that
half.
just work needs to be done. They have another idle week to work on some of these things, and they'll push
yeah,
on because they have to push on throughout the season, I think. Tony did say
yeah.
that, he was really excited and happy to listen to us tonight. Y'all made a great listen during the game tonight. I passed on Chris Fowler and Kirk Herbstreit. Thanks again. Enjoy the rest of your evening. Thank you, Tony. We
Thanks a lot.
appreciate you. And like I said,
Same
at
you,
some
man.
point in time, you got a ticket and will call. So we'll be having you on this show and you'll be joining us and you can call a game with us and go over some things and we'll go from there. We thank you, the viewer, for joining us on the DC Stewart Show podcast tonight as we covered this game from the first quarter until the fourth quarter. And if you have any comments or anything that you would like, to get in touch with us about, let us know. I'm going to go ahead and have Isaiah close this out and we'll go from there.
Yeah, man. What a beautiful day, man. It was started out with me going to see some little league play over in Broward County and enjoy the little kids growing up to inspire to be, professionals and going to play collegiate and all this type of stuff. Really, really good gaming to see how many parents showed up and supporting these little kids playing. But more than anything, you guys love on each other much as you can, pray for each other and tell these folks who are around you as much as you care and don't spare any moment not to say that because you never know when you might not ever be able to do that again. But on the most part, you guys enjoy some football tomorrow. The NFL play tomorrow, and we'll have our show on Monday to recap what happened this weekend. You guys tell your friends, your family, and your coworkers, everybody that we're on. Enjoy your week. Take care.
Absolutely. How about you, Najee?
Uh, Peace and blessings, love God. He's definitely gonna love you. Yeah, pretty much what Isaiah said basically everything I really wanted to say. So I'm gonna give kudos to that old man over there. And So we got NFL football tomorrow. I'm definitely gonna tune in. So we're gonna have a lot to talk about on Monday, and see you then.
Absolutely. You guys have said a mouthful. We enjoyed it tonight. I always enjoy it because this is such a blessing that we all three can get together and discuss football and different sports and things of that sort. Congratulations to the Dodgers on game one tonight against the Phillies. It look like they're in the playoffs, headed toward the World Series. We'll see how far they can get. And beyond that, make sure you subscribe to us because we're really happy to have you aboard as a subscriber. You can get all the notifications when we put new videos out, and we'll be putting some out in the next day or two. So beyond that, thank you so much for joining us on the DC Stewart Show podcast. Take care of yourself, take care of your mental health, and make sure that you help others, even if they don't ask you to help them. If you can help someone, help them, and it'll come back to you twofold. Thank you. Peace, love, and prosperity. Take it easy.